So, hello, my beautiful loves, mis hermosos amores. This is a video that I promised long ago, like a week or more ago. So, in the last videos, which I deleted because I don't know, I just feel like it. So, also, these stories you're watching right now, they're going to be here like a few hours, and then I'm going to delete it because I don't know why I feel like doing that, but I mean, I go with intuition. So that on the last video, if you didn't watch it, well, I'm sorry, because it was an amazing stories, but it's going to be on YouTube in a month or a few months or so wait for that on YouTube if you didn't watch it, because it was super interesting video about manifestation, law of attraction. But on that video I promised that I was going to speak after speaking how to manifest this and that, how to change the reality. This I also told you that everything that is happening on your life right now, you have manifested by yourself. No one else did. It's not the destiny there. You manifested by yourself, okay? And I was telling you that the next video was going to be if you already manifested something you don't like, and because this goes mostly like for love relationships, third party situations, your partner being unloyal, I don't know, that your person not loving you anymore, or whatever, you have manifested that. And I promised I was going to do a video on how to reverse that you don't like. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to reverse whatever you don't like on your life. Now, I'm speaking romantically because, like I said, this is going to YouTube. And on YouTube, I do, I help on the love area. But this can be taken to any area of your life. Can be taken with the family, can be taken with friends, can be taken to work, to business, to own business, to the people you see every day, anywhere. So this is to reverse what you don't like. So let's say, to give an example, that the person you like is with someone else, right? How to reverse that? How do you reverse that? It's easier than you think. The thing is that if you don't understand what I have spoke on my past videos, you're not going to be able to. So go and watch my other videos on YouTube, because they're not here anymore, but you're going to have to wait for YouTube. But I'll definitely recommend to wait for them to come on YouTube, because those videos are freaking gold, and people charge you for this information, and I'm giving it free, like completely free, when people is charging like more than $300 for this freaking information. So you're welcome. Understand first that you need to believe on yourself. That's the first step. You need to believe on yourself. Now, I have mentioned this so much, not from the ego, from the heart. If you do not know yet how to recognize or how to separate ego from your actual heart, this is going to be tough. It's hard. So keep that in mind. You need to start to do shadow work. And like I said, I think I spoke about shadow work on my past video, or I was going to do a video about shadow work, how you do shadow work. Maybe if I haven't, I would do a video about shadow work, how you actually do shadow work. Because many people tell you, like I'm doing it right now, you need to do shadow work. And then people on the other side of the screen is like, well, what is shadow work? How I do shadow work? How actually I can make shadow work that is going to work. So that, right? So, but it's important. It's very important in order to start to do these changes on your life, and in order to start to become an aware creator. So understand this, we are creators. We create, but either you create with awareness or without. So the way to remove the negative stuff on your life that you don't like, which is third-party situations, your person not loving you, can be on any area of your life. Maybe your body, maybe you don't like that you have, I don't know, this, that, all that we have manifested. And like I said, we are either conscious or of what we are manifesting, or we decide to use the crazy monkey on your head manifest by itself, like I said on past videos. This is very easy. It's freaking extremely easy, but only when you understand how this works. Now, you're going to start to try to manifest in one area of your life, or remove blockages from one area of your life. When you go to the next area, it's going to be like different, like different from the love, different from the money, different from the family. And when I say different, could be harder, okay? Especially because on the love area, we're speaking about people, how to change people. Is what is this about? How to change people, how to change someone from not liking you to like you, right? Or how to remove this, that, okay? So we're speaking specifically about people here. How to remove what you don't like I said, is extremely easy. Now, the way you do it and this is so cliche because I have mentioned this so much and people is going to be like, really? But like I said, have a deeper meaning. Is more work behind the scenes than what is than what you are seeing. And it's hard to explain it to people who don't even know what I'm talking about. So I hope the people who is on this video at least have some knowledge about this subject, at least have started trying to manifest consciously, at least have started doing manifestations, this and that. So I don't even know how to put this. Like, if I should explain a bit more, I should just go straight forward to how you do it, and whoever understands me, great. And if you didn't, I'm sorry. I don't know, because I don't want to be like that, but maybe it's what I should do. Still is like more behind it. When we speak about changing a person, changing how someone sees us, or how someone is seeing someone else, or if the person we love is with someone else, or the person we love loves someone else, or is falling in love with someone else, it's important to understand this. Have you ever had those gut feelings like it feels like something bad is happening? Well, I have been experimenting with this because, I started to learn law of assumption, law of attraction, this and that more in deep. I feel like law of assumption opened another door for me to actually understand way better how to manifest, because when you go for law of attraction or manifestation, they mostly give you techniques, right, to use to manifest. But when it comes to law of assumption, the technique is not a technique. You become your own tool, right? So this opened another door for me, and at first it's hard to understand. At first is like, maybe for some people it would not make sense, for other people maybe like, I don't know, which was me at first. But when you start to express that you have been using it without even knowing. For example, myself, that I'm a witch, I use it all the time. The thing with myself is that I'm psychic since I have a memory and have been always very unaware. Like, I was not aware of it. And I have a strong connection with Akashic records and soul memories, like strong, but very unconscious. So this is the thing with me, I do a lot of things unconscious, thanks God for my own benefit. Like, good, but I'll call it intuition, but actually is that I was using this, just not being conscious or not understanding how I was being able to do it. I just knew I could do it, so I started working on it. But now I start to have awareness of how I'm doing it, how I manifest for other people, and how I can manifest for myself too. So, like I said, those gut feelings, like something bad is going to happen, or this is not going to work, or that kind of feelings. Like I said, I have been experimenting with that, and I discovered something very interesting. You create that. You created that. I have been experimenting with that, and I just came to the realization that you create those gut feelings. Even the feelings, like those kind of feelings, we created them. The other day I was there sitting down, and then I started to think something, kind of like feeling something like negative, and I catch myself in the moment, and I was like, okay, no. And I tried to make it go away, right? And because it's like a gut feeling is hard, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to feed the positive of this instead of the negative. So what I did is that I started just to feed the positive instead of the negative, and put my focus on the positive instead of the negative, and it completely changed the gut feeling, and I started to get this very good gut feeling. I don't know if you say it like that. I hope you say it like that. So that, right? It changed it, and then happened the positive, because I already had changed it. So that was very interesting for me to find out. And I was like, wow, interesting. So we do create our own reality. Everything around you have created. Another example is that, to give you an example, and this is like something I create probably since I was a child. When I was a kid, the people who should love me would tell me very bad stuff, very ugly stuff, But like I said, since very young, I have been very aware. And I remember that I used to look at myself at the mirror and be like, why the people who should love me cannot see the beauty I see? Because I will see myself at the mirror and be like, I love myself, I love how I look. I don't know why that person is not seeing it. I don't know why that person is seeing me ugly, or seeing me this, or seeing me that, And I never believed it. I was ugly. Actually, when I was a kid, so I was like, it's different taste for everyone. Maybe I'm just not like the taste of that person, like I'm not pretty from the eyes of that person, but to be honest, I really saw myself very pretty. And I don't know, but this kind of like caused me manifesting, because even when I manifested some kind of, I don't know what is it, because sometimes when I feel bad, people would tell me, you look very pretty. So it's some kind of reminder. Maybe I manifested like reminding myself from outsiders that I am beautiful. Don't believe what was told when I was kid, like some kind of reminder. So people always remind me, and the moment when I feel bad, always someone is going to come and be like, you're really pretty, I really love your eyes, you have an amazing smile, you're very beautiful, So I kind of manifested that in a way. That one I don't know how. But always someone reminds me when I'm not feeling my best, which is very interesting. We create. Now, stop talking about personal experiences, and let's go to it. I'm going to be straightforward with this, and if you understand, that's amazing. If you understand, you put it on practice, but it doesn't work, you need to do more shadow work. That means you still are on the process of recognizing ego from your heart, and this makes a huge difference. Recognizing the ego from the heart, okay, makes a huge difference. So, or can be something else that is going to be for you to find out why it's not working on you. But mostly is that we think that our ego is our heart speaking, when it's actually ego, not really the heart. So that, and if you do not understand, this is going to be harsh for you. You're going to have to do a lot of work. But here is extremely easy. How to remove the freaking blockages from whatever area. Now, when it comes to stuff, it's easier. When it comes to people, have some rules. Life have rules, and And we needed to learn to play life rules, because you cannot play soccer with basketball rules. Life have its rules, and you need to learn to play them so you know how to break them. So this is extremely easy. Like I said, first is recognizing heart from ego. What is ego? What is heart? When your ego is talking to you, when your heart is talking to you. Now remember, I told you we are sons and daughters of God, which make us God's goddesses. Which means you need to believe on yourself. You need to freaking believe on yourself. Whatever negative you say about yourself is a freaking lie. It's a lie. Whatever negative anyone else have to say about you, or you have to say about yourself, whatever negative belief system that you don't like it, it's a lie. It's a freaking lie. So you need to start to change your belief system and start to believe this. Whatever does not make you a better person, is a lie. Now, this is a very thin line here on this belief and all these kind of like positive beliefs. A very thin line between ego and heart. So be careful with that, because when it's ego, then we start to become egocentrics, we start to become selfish, we start to become narcissistics, when it's from ego, when that belief system comes from the ego is what happens. But when it comes from the heart, then you become a freaking creator. You create your reality. Okay? So let's give an example. If in your reality or in your belief system right now, you believe that you need to do a lot of manipulation tricks in order to get what you want, then that's your reality. You're creating that reality. If you believe that you need to lie in order to get what you want, well, you're creating your reality. If you believe whatever you believe, so it's better to go on the positive side, always from the heart. In my case, many people think I'm manipulative when I'm not. I'm the least manipulative person ever. I'm freaking smart. I'm smart AF, but I'm not manipulative. I'm very empath, too much I would say. But I'm not manipulative. But a lot of people think I'm manipulative because things always work my way. One way or another, things always work my way. And this is something I manifested too in a way. I don't know how I manifested this, but I'm just myself. I'm just being myself. I'm just expressing myself. And, things just come away and happen how I want them to happen. So, like I said, first, doing a difference or learning to recognize when is the ego, when is the heart. Second, believe on yourself. Believe the positive about yourself, not from ego, from your heart, because it's a thin line there, like I said. So it's from the heart. It makes a huge difference between an egocentric person that looks egocentric and you're like, gosh, that person is egocentric, when it's a person who actually believes on his or herself, and you can recognize their word, and you can recognize, that they are gold, I don't know if you have noticed this. I have recognized people that is like, this person is just egocentric, is only the ego, he have nothing else than that, and people who actually is gold, right? And here is a thin line. So you need to understand that, separate that. Believing on yourself. Next, change the way you think about a person and focus on what you want. Okay? Focus on what you want. So it's very interesting that this makes a huge change. When you start to do the work, it works extremely fast. And when not, it's going to take more extra work, right? But when you already are like understanding all this information, it works freaking fast, like in seconds. In the moment you decide, it works. When you're not believing on yourself, you're not doing the work right, it's going to take a lot of hours, weeks, this or that. But you need to change the way you think about a person. Usually we assume, right? okay, that person is looking at me strange, probably is thinking that she don't like me, or my special person, looks kind of like bored, or like he's getting very bored with me. Maybe he or she thinks I'm I'm boring them, or that person, I don't know, it feels, that got the feeling. It feels like that person is thinking or feeling or whatever about me, and we start to assume things because we actually don't know. Like I told you on past videos, assume the positive. I have an example, but I don't know if I want to give this example or not, on, literally make it public. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because this is an amazing confirmation of how this works. Start changing the way you think about a person. When you change, go from, let's say, I don't know, I'll give you this piece of information. Here is where telepathy and law of assumption connect. So, we do telepathy all the time. All the freaking time we communicate through telepathy. Some people is more conscious, some people is less conscious. But we can literally read other people's thoughts. What happens is, because you're a creator of your own reality, right? You can change their thoughts. You can change them. We can literally communicate telepathically with the people. And by assuming, not only assuming, is assuming, but not assuming from ego, assuming from the heart. Once again, this is freaking important. So assuming from the ego, that means I do believe it, I do feel it, right? Like I feel from my heart whatever that you want to change in a person. Okay? Very important. This is a secret there that many people keep by themselves or charge a lot of money for it. Here is free. If you have patience on my videos, right, to listen to me, you get pieces of information that are freaking gold. Are gold. So that, and in a way I do it purposely because I want to give this information to people who really care about me, to people who really loves me, to people who really supports me. And someone show you their support, their love, and their care by being interested by what you have to say. So yeah, it's kind of like a trick there. Kind of like purposely, but I'll let go gold sometimes, on information. This is gold. That's why it's important to believe on yourself, to recognize ego from your heart, from actual love. It needs to be from love. Right? And learning to change the way we think about a person. And by this I mean, like, instead of thinking that person hates me, if you wanted that person to love you, you need to change that, right? It's being on certain moments of my life where I hated certain people so badly, like freaking hating them like badly. And I have such, I have such a strong energy. I have such a very explosive, strong energy. I'm like a nuclear bomb when it comes to energy. And I do communicate really fast through telepathy. And I do like boom, very fast, because my energy is extremely powerful. But now that I know this information, I have learned to deal with things in a different way. So when I do really love someone, but it was the situation what making me mad, to give examples. Now, like, I do love the person. It's the situation what is making me mad. So I'll just change the freaking situation, right? Because I'm a freaking creator. I create what I want. So I'll just change the situation. How you change that? Changing the way the person thinks, right? So if you're thinking this person hates me, this person hates me, this person hates me, the person is going to hate you. If you're changing the belief system, like he or she is so weak, he or she cannot deal with this situation, guess what? You are communicating that and manifesting that. So what I learned to do is to make blockages work at my favor. That's what I learned to do. And like I said, it's just changing the thought. You just needed to change the thought. So for example, if a person is too afraid to, I don't know, to talk to me, right? The person is too afraid to talk to me. I'll change, if I'm perceiving that, because I don't know, I'm assuming. So I'm kind of like having this assumption that the person is ashamed to talk to me. I'll change the thought and I'll be like, this person is brave, this person is bold, is going to do the things he or she needs to do to talk to me or to give me what I want, is going to do. And I start to change the thought. I communicate that, but you need to believe it. If you don't believe it, it's not going to work. You need to make it a gut feeling. I hope you say it like that. You need to make it a gut feeling. So the best way you can do this is by start changing your belief system about yourself, about others, about society, about whatever, because we create realities and we are powerful. Hitler is a very amazing Alexander Magnum also. Actually, Hitler was fan of Alexander Magnum, if you didn't knew that. But they were amazing people who were manifesting their reality in an amazing way. Like, if you think about the Hitler idea, it's freaking stupid. Still, he had a lot of people following him and doing all this freaking stupid stuff. How? Well, very simple, because he believed on himself. He had this gut feeling inside of him, and he learned to communicate it through telepathy. When we speak about telepathy, I have been studying this. You can influence one specific person, or you can influence a group of people also, right? This is something very used by people who works on politics, this and that, using the telepathy thing for groups of people, which right now I'm trying to learn how to do that. Although I'm still, you're learning with me, because like I said on past videos, I haven't not much with this information, but I'm amazed with myself at how much progress I have had and how much I have learned from it. But I'm learning to use this assumption and telepathy together, so that, right? So it's very important to understand that you need to believe it. If you don't believe it, it's not going to work. Now, a lot of people can be like, for example, in romantic relationships, where they're going to be like, well, you're trying to tell me to deny my feelings of that someone hurt me, or that someone did this to me, or that someone do. No, everyone have the right to believe what they want, to feel what they want, and to go through whatever they want. Actually, I think it's very, very healthy to go through the pains, through the pain. Go through the pain is very healthy to do that, and do it correctly. Don't what is the word? Don't try to actually live it. It's very healthy to. And after that, then you can start to reaffirm yourself, to redo your belief system, this and that. But especially if we're speaking about love of a specific person who hurt you in the past, like very bad or whatever, go through the pain. Definitely go through the pain. Is very healthy. You're a human, you need to feel it. But in order to let that go and to end that cycle, you need to feel it first. You need to go through the pain. You need to release all the negative. Once you close that cycle, then if you still want that person, you can try to manifest that person, or you can try to manifest the person that is meant to be with you, which could be the person you're in love with. You never know. Could be. But in my case, what I have been doing with manifestation is trying to manifest the person that fits me the best, right? And sometimes we already know the person that fit us the best. Is just that we need to change the reality we have about them. So you can give a try to that. And if you're like, nah, I'm done, I want someone new, then totally you can do that. Like I said, you create your own reality and you decide what do you want on your reality, right? As long as you trust on yourself, as long as you trust on your own power, and you learn to do this correctly, you're going to be able to do whatever you want. You can completely change a person. And when I have told on tarot readings, because I have told this before many times, you can do the shadow work of your person is this by manifesting their best version. So every time you this is why I have told, this was very unconscious. I didn't know why, but I never felt the sorry for no one, in the way that I could see a person on the streets, and I would not feel sorry for that person or feel bad for that person. I never really knew why or what was the behind it. Like I said, I do a lot of things that are unconscious. And now that I learned this, I learned that what you feel towards someone is what you are manifesting on that someone, right? Because you manifest realities. So every time you see someone on the street and feel bad and be like, oh, poor person, you're manifesting more of that in that person. So avoid doing that, especially if you do love the person you're trying to manifest. Avoid, having this kind of negative feelings or low feelings towards the person you love. The other way around, you should have a positive thoughts. So let's say your person is, afraid to commitment, right? Stop thinking, oh my gosh, poor he or she, it may have been going through a lot, it may be very painful, he or she is scared of committing. Stop thinking that, because you're manifesting more of that on that person, okay? So stop with that. The other way around, you should start feeling and thinking towards that person. He or she is brave. He or she is so strong. He or she is amazing. He or she is going to be able to get out of there. And if you want that person for you, then you can add, he loves me enough to heal that. He's going to heal that. He's doing the work, start changing the thoughts you have towards other people, so you can manifest. And this is going to become a blessing on your life. That's karma. That's karma. You're feeling and thinking the best you can about someone else or someone you love, and the karma is going to come back to you in a very positive way. How? That manifesting that on that person is going to do the job for you. That person is going to be there for you. That person is going to fight his or her demons for you, So it comes as, like when you do this, it comes as a very positive karma towards you, right? Because you are doing something that is from love. And when it comes to removing third-party situations or extra people that should not be on the relationship or should not be on the connection or is blocking your connection or relationship, how you do this is, first, if you are already doing this work and it's working for you, it's because you already did the job. You already recognize ego from heart. You already know if you actually do love that person or if you do not, okay? So at this point, when you're doing this job, you already recognize, do I really am in love with that person, or is just the ego who wants that person? It's just that I'm used to that person. At this point, you already know, okay? And if not, it's very simple. Not in my case, because I'm a witch. When I do sweeteners, which is to attract the people, usually a sweetener will attract the people who is more compatible with you or who have the potential to be part of your destiny, or that the person you're going to stay with. So for example, in my case, I wouldn't know if a person I do want to have that compatibility with me, if the stronger they feel attracted towards me. Someone feels attracted towards me when I do this kind of sweeteners, it means the stronger the match is. You know what I mean? So this is how I kind of like recognize. But when I say stronger, is when they start to do things differently or correctly in order to be part of my life, or this or that. So in my case, right? But in your case, you should at this point be able to recognize if you actually love the person, or is just your ego what wants the person. So that's very important. That's why it's important to recognize ego from heart. And if you already recognize it, that you do love this person, that means that person loves you back. So when you really love someone from your heart, that person loves you back. It doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter what they are showing you, how they have treated you. They love you with the same intensity you love them. Okay? So when you recognize this and you already know, like, you know what, at this point, I know I do love that person from my heart, that person loves you back. Okay, that person loves you back with the same intensity you love them, with the same power you love them, with the same amount of love you love them. Especially when we're speaking, this is going to be very common when we're speaking about souls that are family tribe, soul tribe, which are like soulmates, twin flames, family tribe, and so many different type of soul connections, right? These ones go stronger, especially when we speak, soulmates. I have told that a lot of people, we have like around 500 soulmates. Twin flames is only one, is the other side of your the other part of your soul. And I mean, it's not about this video, but those tend to be a bit more intense and at the same time harder in a way, because as a twin flame would be yourself in front of you, and sometimes it's hard to recognize what we are doing wrong, especially when you still are vibing from ego. It's hard to see what you don't like about yourself, and usually that is what it happens. But getting out of that, it doesn't matter. When you already recognize and you already know that you actually are in love with the person is in love with you. So it's very important. And like I said, at this point, you already are vibing from the heart, listening to your heart, not to your ego, and not being like, oh, I love that person because I was 10 years with that person, or I love that person because I have kids with that person, or I love that the ego try to keep you safe, and by this it means try to keep you inside of what you already know, and try to avoid you experience new things. So when you get out of ego and you already listen to your heart, you have the capacity to understand if you do love that person. It doesn't matter the situation or what have happened on the past. What have happened on the past was what you were manifesting, because you manifest your reality. So you were vibing and thinking towards negative stuff, and you manifested a negative reality between you and that person, right? But so understand this, true love is never one side. Many people would say, no, but I love that person and that person does not love me back. Is your ego who wants that person, or you actually do love that person? Okay? Or if you already did the job and you are 100% sure that you do love that person, you should be 100% sure that person loves you back. Okay? So it's either of those. Either is your ego wanting a person because wanting an egocentric reality, or because you're used to that person, or because you feel bad for that person, or because whatever reason. Okay? So could be that, like coming from ego, or could it be that you just are creating negative situations around you and that person when both of you love each other, you know. So it's moment to start to change yourself and to start to do the shadow work you need to do, and to start to learn to manifest it consciously, so you change the realities you have been creating towards you and this person. Because it will be so sad, two people loving themselves so much, wanting them so much, desiring them so much, each other, you know, so much, and because neither one, neither the other is able to do the job, or to, yeah, to learn how to manifest a different reality between them, and ending up not being able to be together, that's sad. That those are the sad stories on history, you know. So learn that is important, for your own good, and for the person you love good, and people around you too, you know. So I don't know if this is something you can understand, how to remove blockages, but I have a give you gold right now, because this is how you actually remove blockages, right? Changing the perspective. I don't know, let me know if you would like me to do some kind of affirmations video, or video with techniques on how to do it. Let me know. It will be, I would love to do that for you if you feel like you would need it. But this is the way you remove blockages, and I hope it's understandable. You can understand it. I mean, if you're already on the path, you probably already know this information. And even not, I mean, you know, I'm giving it to you. So if you found this information, it's because you're getting on the path already. So it's important to know that you are getting ready to be able to do this. So that, but just understand that if you are very connected with your heart, and you are 100% sure that what you have for your special person is love, you already know it from the heart and not from the ego, from your ego, that person loves you back. Be sure of that. And from here, you just need to manifest the reality you want, and how you wanted this relationship to evolve, or, you know, all that. And removing blockages is very easy, because if you love that person loves you back, that means blockages don't matter. Don't matter. Another person don't matter. Third party situation don't matter. If they told you once they hated you, don't matter. Because you know from your heart you love them, means they love you. Doesn't mean, you know, it don't matter what they have told you. If you love them and they told you they didn't love you, they may be speaking from anger, or they may be in a moment where they after regretted saying that they, you know, this, that. From here, you already know you love this person loves you back. From here, you manifest for both of you. You do the job for both of you. So from here is, you know, you have the capacity to heal that person while you're healing yourself, and to manifest a different outcome between you and that person. So make sure that, you know, start, like I said on other video, start to catch yourself what you're thinking, because sometimes we think in negative stuff, like, you know, we can be very positive, and suddenly a negative thought comes, like, maybe it's not, you know. Don't learn to catch it yourself whenever you have a negative thought, a negative feeling, negative gut feeling. Catch it yourself and be like, that don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. You know, it doesn't. And change the perspective to a positive one, and keep believing the positive. That's how you remove blockages, actually. So that, I hope you like it. I hope this was a helpful video. I'm sure it is. So yeah, this is the end of this video. So let me know what other subjects you want me to talk about, and I hope you like it. Like always, be good, and if you're going to be bad, invite me. Bye bye.